My name is Keiran Pedley, Director of Politics at Ipsos, and I think it's fair to say that the latest Ipsos political monitor numbers for the Evening Standard make pretty pessimistic reading for Rishi Sunak and the Conservatives. The Labour Party is 22 points ahead of the Conservatives in terms of voter preferences. 8 in 10 members of the public are dissatisfied with the job the government is doing running the country, and for Rishi Sunak personally, 6 in 10 are dissatisfied with the job he's doing as Prime Minister. Now, the important point is that these numbers have got worse since May for Rishi Sunak and the Conservatives, as negative headlines around Boris Johnson's future and economic news around inflation and rising interest rates have captured the public's attention. When we look at the issues that the public care about specifically, what we find is that the Labour Party is much more trusted to have the right policies on the issues that matter most to them. So this would be the NHS and specifically the cost of living. And when we ask about the economy in particular, we find that 58% of the public think the economy is going to get worse in the next 12 months. So not a lot of good news for the government as they seek an improbable comeback at the next general election. But what about the party that might replace the Conservatives if they're successful at the next general election? Well, when we look at Labour, we still see some evidence that the Labour Party and Keir Starmer have work to do to seal the deal with the British public ahead of that general election. 58% of the public tell us that they know too little about what Labour would do in office if they win the next general election. And on Keir Starmer himself, we find that half say that they don't know what he stands for. And whilst his leader satisfaction ratings are better than his predecessors, Jeremy Corbyn and Ed Miliband, his -18 rating is not quite at the levels seen by Tony Blair and David Cameron before they won general elections from opposition. Does any of this matter? Well, perhaps not. As long as the government stays as unpopular as it is, the public may well decide better the devil you don't know than the devil you do. But with Keir Starmer and the Labour Party's rating still not quite sealing the deal with the British public, there may still be work to do for them ahead of that election.